Welcome back to Connecting the Dots. In the last few episodes, we've been breaking down the process of culture change that organizations need to be able to stay competitive in a consumer-driven world. Now, today we're looking at the F, or the focus side of the EMF framework. Now, where a lot of organizations will tend to get off track is where they've gone transparent and they've had a little bit of success. Maybe they've gotten some media coverage, some improved search engine optimization, and they think that they're done. So, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Transparency is a tool, not an outcome. So where do you go from here? Now, what we've done with the engage and move in the EMF framework is we've built some momentum and some traction towards creating incredible patient experiences. So dig into the data to focus your efforts and get more specific on the problems you're trying to solve. For example, take all of your internal external data and leverage that to be able to solve problems like physician communications. Maybe you know that you've got a problem in that area. Well, what if you could have all of that data automatically bucketed into various categories, billing, patient access, physician communications in this case, and be able to look into that and say, when patients are talking about physician communications, what are they saying that's negative? And what keywords are they using to say that? How are they talking about this? So maybe you do find that they're saying things like, physicians are arrogant, they are condescending, those sorts of things, which obviously you know how to solve that. That's a set of interpersonal communication skills that you have to deal with. On the other hand, what you may find is that it's not communication at all, but in fact operations that's the problem. Perhaps what you're finding is that there's frustration in the physicians. Maybe the words that are being used are things like stressed, anxious, etc. And what you find is that maybe there's problems in your onboarding process for new practices and physicians. Perhaps there's front office staff turnover, or maybe problems in actual front office management that needs to be corrected. And when you correct the operations issue and process, the communications process clears up all on its own. So what you can do is you can look at this and you can even say, what other data points make sense? Should we pull in quality data? What about rounding data? What if we, can you build a process where you can iterate ideas for improving the patient experience at a local level, measure it, collaborate with other units, and then let best practices bubble up from the bottom? Maybe you can even get to the point where you can do predictive analytics. And these are all areas that I know that these things can feel like they're a million miles away, but they're a lot closer than you probably think. The F side of the EMF framework can be a very exciting place to be in this whole process design. So next time, what we'll do on Connecting the Dots is discuss when transparency might not be your best next step. So join us then, and we'll talk then.